Go ahead. Go onto the game window and get started, shall we? Yeah, we last left off. We took Azuki on a very nice date. I hope that helped you blow off some steam. Apparently, I didn't start caring about the cats until, I moved out on my own and started a companionship with Vanilla and Chocolate. Once she took off the dress, she went right back to being her usual self. She really settled down once we got back to a place she's familiar with. Oh, change up the sound a little bit. Lower the decibel of the mic. Raise up the music. An expensive restaurant like that isn't a regular bakery. If you think about it, there's no way we could compete with them. Well, we could try to copy the taste, though. But of course, someone like me, who's gotten his experience through baking at home, will never be able to replicate a cake made by a world-famous pastry chef. Gosh, that's no way to... You gotta try! What's this? Are you trying to flatter me, Azuki? Baka. As we continue to chat, I put my hand on the store's door. She's got a big grin on her face as she cracks her usual jokes. Azuki always goes a little too far. My reply is jokingly indignant. I wasn't really planning on sweet-talking her or anything. Hi, Abyss! Thank you for joining! Coconut is standing there, wide-eyed. Oh no. Oh no. What terrible timing. By the look on her face, it's obvious that she heard what Azuki said. This is a complete misunderstanding. If Coconut missed what we were saying beforehand, it would sound like we were making fun of her. Coconut, please don't jump to conclusions, but I know it's very hard not to. Oh, wait a second, calm down. Coconut, you've got the wrong idea. She's trying to stifle the anger in her voice. as she bites down on her own lip. Oh god, I know this feeling. I see her shoulders start to quiver slightly. This isn't good. I doubt she'll listen now, even if we try to clear things up. This is a critical situation if I don't choose my words carefully.
いや、だから、今のはちげえんだっつってんだろ。そうやって人の話聞かずに早とちりすっから、くだらねえミスばっかすんだろうが。
Azuki, that's not the right words! Azuki, I don't think you should...
あずきはなんでそんな嘘ついたの？最低だよ。僕のことそんな風にからかって傷つけて楽しいの？いくら喧嘩ばっかりでもお姉ちゃんだと思ってたのに。いや、だから別に嘘ついたとかじゃなくてな。感触起こしてねえで、こっちの話聞けっつーの。うるさい！あずきの話なんて聞きたくもないよ。大きいのは態度ばっかり。器は体と同じくらい小さいじゃないか。
Hey, Coconut, calm down. It's really not how it seems.
箇所はちょっと下がってろ。
Azuki, please. Azuki cuts me off and takes a step towards Coconut.
おい、ナッツ。いいからギャンギャン騒ぐんじゃねえよ。話聞けって言ってんだろ。喧嘩売りてえだけなのか？意味もなくわざわざ人が気にしてっとこピンポイントでつっつきやがって。真面目に話してんだから、たまには姉貴の言うこと聞けよ。ああ、そうだよ。あずきは僕のことが嫌いなんでしょ。
Catfight, not the good kind.
僕は手のかかる調子に乗った妹なんでしょ。こんな時ばっかりお姉ちゃんぶって偉そうにお説教しないでよ。お兄ちゃんもあずきも一緒になって僕のことを騙して。あずきなんかお姉ちゃんじゃない。お兄ちゃんが僕のことを褒めてくれたのも全部嘘だったんだ。大事な家族だなんて嘘っぱちじゃないか。お兄ちゃんもあずきもどうせ血なんて繋がってないんだから。
Hey, that's over the line, Coconut. She holds her cheek, bewildered. I can't believe what I just saw. All I can do is stare at Azuki in shock.
おめえはよ、どんな時だろうが、言っていいことと悪いことの区別もつかねえのか？それは。そんなんだからガキって言われるのが本気でわかんねえのか
？Coconut stammers, dumbstruck. Tears start to well up in her eyes, followed by an incoherent wail. But Azuki remains unaffected. She continues to glare at Coconut, steadfast. Without another moment's hesitation, she dashes out of the room. There was a short silence, followed by the ringing of the chime at the store's entrance. There's a hint of regret in her voice, like she's holding back her own tears. The hand she slapped Coconut with twitches. That was unnecessary, especially since you, of all people, worry the most about Coconut.
うるせえよ。くそ。別に私だって手なんか出すつもりじゃ。
Azuki begins to cry as though she was the one who was slapped. She squeezes the offending hand tightly. Her kindness and sorrow, her anger and weakness. I gently pat Azuki as these emotions churn inside of her. You know, a while back, I tried to help Shigure, and we ended up getting into a huge fight. This situation isn't so different. So I know how you feel, Azuki, and I know how Coconut feels. Full of regret. Azuki lowers her head, holding her hand tightly, digging her nails into her skin. There's been a lot of times where I ended up doing stupid things. So I want to help out my precious family if they end up in a similar situation. I take her hand, now painfully red and marked up from her own nails, and peer into her eyes. Azuki, being stubborn like this is only going to make things more painful. The longer this goes on, the less chance you have to make up with Coconut. Are you okay with that? Yeah, I guess you would. Well, if you know that, then you know we have to go and find Coconut. You are her big sister, right? Azuki lifts her head. Though she seems hurt, she looks at me. Yeah, I guess you're not as indecisive as I am, Azuki. I choose my words deliberately. Her lips curved into a resigned smile. No. This is just another thing that a big sister has to deal with. She nods, smiling just as always. Yeah, we have to find her quick. With a deep breath, I put a hand on the shop's door, and pushing it open, we run out to find our beloved sister. I find her at last, standing by a rail at an empty park that overlooks the ocean. She has her back turned toward me, and her familiar long hair streams down it. Hearing my footsteps, she turns to face me. Her heterochromatic eyes are red and puffy from crying. She looks away from me, hiding her drained complexion. I had a lot I was going to say when I found you, but I'm just glad you're safe, Coconut. Really. I lay my honest feelings out and breathe a deep, relieved sigh. She lays her face back down on the railing. The sound of her muffled sobs echo throughout the park. Silently, I stand beside Coconut, and we gaze at the pitch-black sea and night sky together. Sorry to distract from this heartful moment. My cat won't quit scratching at the door. What do you want? I specifically chose this time because you're usually asleep. Don't you meow at me. Are you gonna come up in my lap, or are you gonna go to sleep on the bed? Okay. She seems even weaker than the wavering starlight being reflected off the water's surface. Her voice is frail and despondent as she continues to sob. I stand there silently, waiting for Coconut to talk.
僕は本当に体が大きいだけで何の役にも立ててなくて、シナモンにもメープルにも年下のショコラやバニラにも、あんなこと言われた小豆にだって全然かなわないって分かってるんだ。分かってるから頑張ってるんだ。でもうまくいかないんだもん。
Did the sound? Yep, the sound screwed up again. Oh well.
僕だってお兄ちゃんやしぐれちゃんの役に立ちたいんだ。でもあんな風に言われたらさ、僕だって。
She wraps her fist tightly around the rail. One after another, tears begin to run down her face. It's hard to see her in so much pain, knowing I can't do anything. Coconut. I understand that nothing I say will reach her right now. Words won't help, but...
お兄ちゃん。
I put my arms around her trembling shoulders and tenderly brush her cheek. She might be bigger than any of the other cat girls, but despite how she looks, she's actually the most gentle, delicate, and helpless of them all. I feel like I'll break her if I hug too tight. As if giving her my strength, I embrace her and whisper into her ear as gently as I can. Haven't I told you? You're always so impatient, Coconut.
お兄ちゃん。
Her voice is much calmer than before, and she begins to loosen up just a little bit. Chocolate might be sincere and cheerful, but it's because of those qualities that she's so awkward and messes up a lot. Vanilla is smart, but she's always so apathetic. Maple says rude things to customers too. And Cinnamon always spaces out and ends up ignoring everything else around her. With a wry smile, I continue to look at the speechless Coconut. Azuki is always so sarcastic, and it causes a lot of problems. Even Sugure pushes herself too hard and bites off more than she can chew sometimes. And of course, I'm always bossing everyone around and making them do things how I want them to be done. Even now, I'm at a loss because I can't seem to make you feel any better.
お兄ちゃん。
Coconut, you may be a little insecure, vain, and clumsy, but when it comes to physical strength, you have everyone beat, and you're always trying your hardest.
そんな、僕なんか全然頑張ってるうちに入らないから。
I bring her close and firmly embrace her shaking head. It all depends on how you look at it. Human, cat girl, it doesn't matter. Everyone has good and bad traits. Coconut, do you dislike the other cat girls because of their flaws? You and Azuki are always fighting, but do you really hate her?
それは嫌いじゃない。そんなことで嫌になんかなれないよ。
Coconut murmurs, her voice shaky as tears drip down her cheeks. Yeah, I wouldn't either. Even if there are parts you dislike about her, that doesn't mean you hate her. Because in the end, we're family. At least, that's how I feel.
お兄ちゃん。
Even though we're not blood related, you're still a precious member of the Minaduki family, aren't you? At the very least, I consider you to be my younger sister, just like Shigure is. even if you hate me, okay?
お兄ちゃん。
This man does not have his cuff buttoned, and that bothers me.
ごめんなさい。さっきはひどいこと言っちゃってごめんなさい。家族じゃないなんて、騙したなんて、僕、そんなこと少しも思ってないよ。お兄ちゃんもあずきも、何よりも大事な家族なのに、あんなこと言ってごめんなさい。
She is very precious. I love her. The trickle of tears becomes a river, and she begins to wail, repeating, "I'm sorry," over and over again. With Coconut's head nestled against me, I gently rub her cheek. Hugging her tighter, I try to stop her from trembling.
さっきのだって分かってる。分かってるんだ。あずきはすごく口が悪いけど、僕のこと何も言わずにいつも助けてくれてるって。喧嘩ばっかりしちゃうけど、でも大好きなお姉ちゃんなんだよ。これであずきに嫌われちゃっても嫌いになんてなれないくらい好きなんだよ。
I gently wipe the tears from Coconut's left cheek. Does it still hurt where Azuki hit you?
こんなのなんともないよ。きっとあずきの心の方が何倍も痛かったから。僕、あずきに謝らなくちゃ。もう許してもらえないかもしれないけど、でもちゃんと謝りたいよ。
Her crying gets louder, and she begins to howl over and over again. So, about Azuki. I take my hand off Coconut's cheek and turn around.
この距離なんだから聞こえてるに決まってんだろ。
あずき。
With her usual nonchalant attitude, she snorts, turning her head away in embarrassment.
ほんとに手のかかるバカ猫だな、おめえは。
She approaches Coconut as she speaks.
ごめんなさい。ひどいこと言ってごめんなさい。
No.
あんなこと言われたからって家族の縁が切れるわけがねえだろうが、このバカ猫が血がつながってるとかつながってねえとかそういうもんじゃねえだろ。たとえナッツが認めなくてもおめえは私の妹なんだ。どんなに喧嘩しようが何を言い合おうが関係ねえ。それでも無条件に許せるんだから家族なんだろ。
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい、お姉ちゃん。
They hug each other tightly, putting aside all their issues, and don't let each other go.
私は悪かった。許してくれ。ナッツが頑張ってるのは誰よりも私が見てたから。だからもうピーピー泣くんじゃねえよ。妹泣かせる姉貴とか最低もいいとこだろうが。
そんなこと言われたらもっと泣いちゃうに決まってるでしょ。ありがとう、お姉ちゃん。お姉ち
たく手のかかる可愛い妹なんだからよ、ナッツは。
Heavy drops begin to roll down Azuki's face as she gently pats Coconut again and again. It was a pretty eventful night, but I'm glad they were able to make up in the end. As I try to hold back my own tears, I look on at Azuki and Coconut as they continue to embrace each other. It's gotten really late. I look at the time and see it's already past 11 p.m.
ごめんなさい。僕が余計な時間を取らせたから。
別におめえ一人のせいじゃねえし、いちいち自虐ネタに走るんじゃねえよな。
今日のお姉ちゃんは優しいな。
うるせえ。私はいつも優しいんだよ。
She says, embarrassed, and snorts slightly, letting her facade slip a bit. I don't want to ruin this charming scene. Since you guys have made up to each other now, why don't you stay at my place tonight?
ショコラとバニラがいねえからって私らを代わりにしようってか。そんな手に乗るほど私は安い猫じゃねえぞ。
代わりってお兄ちゃん、それって。
No, I'm just offering you a place to stay. You two are making the rest stop.
まあ確かに今から帰るのも面倒だし。
Seriously, the last train is gonna be running soon.
それならナッツと一緒でも仕方ねえかな。
本当に。じゃああずきのことギュッてしながら寝てあげるね。
よし、てめえはソファーで一人で寝ろや。
じゃあ腕枕で妥協するから。
No.
姉妹なんだし、それくらいならいいでしょ。
おいカショー、ナッツの姉妹感を兄として強制してやれよ。
I don't know, she seems pretty similar to Shigure if you ask me.
言われてみればそうだったな。
そうだったな。
でしょ。だから今日は一緒に寝ようね、お姉ちゃん。
わかった。今日だけはな。
はい、ありがとうお姉ちゃん。
The stars in the night sky twinkle down on us, three Minadukis, as we cheerfully make our way home. That was a loud bird.
ご主人様、ショコラが生きて戻りましたよ。
And you still have your bell.
辛かったですよ。本当に辛かったですよ、ご主人様。
Alright, there, welcome home. I catch Chocolate as she flies into my arms.
しぐれ、ただいま戻りました。
Tadaima, okira nasai.
久しぶりの我が家にただいま。
Okaeri. Welcome home to you too, Shigure and Vanilla. The pair continues past me and into the house.
3人ともおかえり。お疲れ様。その様子だとなんとか大丈夫だったみたいね。なんとか。それは大変でしたけども。
Come in, Shigure.
一時は往生しかけた、マジで。
Seriously, what happened? You three came home from the war. Sure sounds like it was an ordeal, alright. Shigure and Vanilla sound serious. They've got this really solemn air about them. Well, I guess I'll have to reward Shigure, personally.
あれ、あずにゃんとココちゃんは？ああ、2人ならキッチンの方で。
何すんだよバカマンチカン。僕が卵割ってるのくらい見えてるでしょ。
うるせえ、この長毛種が。てめえの定型ケツが邪魔だからぶつかっちまったんだよ。
Girls, please!
もう、あずきとココナッツは神聖な兄様の厨房で喧嘩などして、ココちゃんもあずにゃんももっと仲良くすればいいのにね。
That's how they get along, Chocolate.
あの2匹はしゃあない。
Vanilla gets it. No. They're getting along, just in their own way. Seeing those two fight is, in a weird way, kind of cute. I watched the two go at it through the order window.
もう素直じゃないんだからな。ギュッてしちゃうぞお姉ちゃん。えい、ギュー。
Yeah, use your size against her.
てめえ。おい、うぜえからやめろっつうの。離せこら。
嬉しいくせに。ほらほら、ぐるぐるぐるぐる。
Good, Coconut, you're learning.
何があったの？あの2匹。いつの間にか昔みたいにお姉ちゃんって呼んでるけど、ね、でも仲良さそうだからいいんじゃないかな。そうそう、よくわかんないけど仲良しが一番だよ。笑う角には服着たれってね。ショコラの能天気キャラはこういう時は癒されるんだけどね。バニラ、思い出すのはやめましょう。
Chocolate, what did you do?
また次回の更新の時まで。
Next year.
また次回があるんだね。困ったものよ。
ほら、尻尾立ってるよ、ピーンって。すごい。
ちげえし、これはフレーメン反応だし。
Hey, you two, save it for after work. Alright, looks like everyone's here. Let's get ready to open up. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I'm reminded of that saying. I move over to Hazuki and Coconut, who certainly seem to have made up, and rub their heads, messing up their hair. Oh, now you want help, Sibel? Alright.
ここから。
Come on, Sibel. Do you want out? Go. Go. No, I've never heard of that. A few days after Chocolate and Vanilla returned. Oh, well, I think I've had cats in my life long enough that I don't need an app like that. Because, I mean, I've had Sibel since she was a kitten, and yeah. True, true. I might give it a try one day.
新しい鈴になったショコラがお出迎えいたします。ショコラ、鈴自体は変わってないから分かりづらいよ。にゃにゃ、言われてみれば。じゃあ、新しくなったショコラがお出迎えいたします。ショコラはほんと愛すべき猫だね。ほんと愛してる。こんないい天気の日にはジュレを使ったグレープフルーツケーキはいかがですか？さっぱりしててとっても美味しいですよ。だったらアールグレーとグレープフルーツのセパレートティーね。
Ooh, that sounds interesting. I want an Earl Grey grapefruit tea. Sounds
私
good.
が味見してるんだから間違いないわ。ココナッツ、お客様のお会計をお願いしてもいいかしら？
任せてしぐれちゃん。昨日もあずきとお兄ちゃんに特訓してもらったからバッチリだよ。980円が2点と600円が3点と。
Learning math with the cat girls.
申し訳ございません、お客様。少々お待ちくださいませ。まあ、そんな混んでねえし、問題ねえだろ。ナッツにはまだまだ場数踏ませなきゃなんねえしな。
Right, she'll never learn unless she's put on the floor. Yeah, I'd rather her take her time than make mistakes, at least for now. Chocolate, vanilla, and sugar are back now. Things around the cafe have gotten much calmer now that Coconut is making far fewer mistakes.
まあ、バカにゃも手の抜き方覚えたみてえだし。
She learns from the best, Azuki.
このままいけば、私が楽できそうで何よりだな。
She's still cracking the same jokes as usual, but I think she's grown a bit. Hey, why don't you help me out with this cake, Azuki?
あ？なんだよ、やぶから棒に。
It's just a suggestion. I figured that since we have more than enough help out front, that maybe you could give me a hand in the kitchen. We're split half in front, half in back, so I figured he'd be okay, no matter what Vanilla says. Just thought it might be nice to have someone back here with me.
フロアリーダーの次はパティシエールか？おめえはどこまで猫使いが荒いんだよ。
It's because you showed me how capable you can be during that incident recently. I kind of feel like I could put you in charge of the cake baking one day, Azuki. As the owner, I can't ignore such potential. I exaggerate the way I say that last line a little bit. Azuki must think so too as she shrugs her shoulders in resignation.
私がめんどくせえって言ってもどうせ聞かねえんだろ。
はい。
飼い猫のつれえとこだよな。マジ猫腹だわ。
You get paid for it by food. You're the only one I can ask of this of, Azuki. You understand that, right? So please. I bow my head earnestly. Azuki sighs in feigned defeat. She scratches her head, annoyed, and nods slightly.
まあ、歌唱には多少なりとも借りがあるしな。ただし、あんま期待しすぎんじゃねえぞ。私がいくらハイスペックだっつっても、所詮は猫なんだからな。
I wonder if they have tinier brains.
仕事だっつうなら何でもやるけど、できねえもんはできねえぞ。
I'll teach you everything you need to know. I'm sure you'll be fine. Brimming with confidence, I give her my approval. She looks away in embarrassment.
まあ、できる限りは頑張っけどよ。ただし、ちゃんと歩合はつけろよ。研修期間はいらねえけど、ただ働きはごめんだかんな。
Yeah, I get it. As long as the others are okay with it, there shouldn't be any problems, right?
きったねえ言い方しやがって。だったら歌唱が泣いて頼むくらいのもの見せてやんよ。
It's settled then. I'll be counting on you from now on, right? I give Azuki a hearty pat on the back.
なになに、お姉ちゃんもケーキ作るの？
なんか流れでそんなことになっちまったわ。脳ある猫は爪を隠してたけど、ハイスペックっぷりを見せちまったから仕方ねえ。
あー、すごい。お姉ちゃんのケーキ楽しみだな。じゃあ僕ももっとお仕事したい。
ちょっと待て。I guess we don't see many customers until it gets a bit later into the evening. Alright, why don't you give us a hand then, Coconut? Who knows, maybe she has some sort of hidden potential in her. If things do happen to go well, having another set of hands wouldn't hurt either.
はい、頑張るのでよろしくお願いします。
And just like that, a new experiment began at La Soleil. As expected.
ダメだ。やっぱり僕はダメな猫だ。
I guess things won't work out after all.
まあ、予想の範囲内ってか、予 予想通りすぎて面白くもねえわな。
You're just not a baker, Coconut. Coconut collapses before the grossly abstract shortcake. She was only supposed to frost the sponge cake with cream. How in the world did she manage this? I can't believe what I'm seeing.
違うんだよ。別にふざけてるわけじゃなくて。
You're not going to become a pro overnight, you know.
精神論でステータス上がったら苦労しねえよ。
I don't even know what to say.
お姉ちゃん、どうしようこれ。
まあ捨てるのももったいねえし、私はこれで作り直すわ。
If you think you can, Azuki. Is it even salvageable at this point? It's still edible! Excuse you! You can eat it yourself! I do not take food being tossed out lightly. All I can do is sit back and watch. And that's it, I suppose. That's amazing. She actually rescued it from the depths of the pastry underworld. I knew she was good, but this is like beyond good. She already knows more about decorating cakes than I do. Azuki, where did you learn to decorate cakes like this?
こないだ歌唱に勉強させてもらったの？レストランで。この店にはあんま向かねえかもしれねえけど。
No, I'm just really surprised that you can make something like this. Did she really learn all this just by looking at the cakes at the restaurant? This cat girl is really something else. She could definitely become a pastry chef. Yeah, this is gonna be great.
あずき、やっぱり僕なんかじゃ相手にならないね。こんなところでも僕のフォローをしてもらってばっかりで。
Coconut's shoulders tremble as she lays her face down on the counter. Crap, I didn't think she'd give up so easily. At this rate, she's going to lose all of her confidence. Coconut? It's just one botched sponge cake. It's not that big of a deal, right? Right?
お姉ちゃん。さすがは僕のお姉ちゃん、かっこいいな。もうほんとかっこいい。お姉ちゃんありがとう。ぐるぐるぐる。
ちょ、やめろ。持ち上げんな。振り回すな。
照れることないじゃないか。姉妹なんだから。
キャラ変わりすぎだろおい。あ、勝手にゴロゴロすんな。
She wasn't giving up. She was just incredibly happy. Happy enough to swing Azuki around like a helicopter. She skillfully spins Azuki around in the narrow kitchen. She's got some really solid coordination, doesn't she? I stare at the pair, smiling.
なんだかんだ言いながら尻尾立てちゃうお姉ちゃん大好きだな。ツンデレって思ったらすごい可愛いお姉ちゃんだ。
そんな安っぽいカテゴライズするんじゃねえ。私はもっと。
Even the game couldn't do it. Like, you want complexity in a hentai game with cat girls? Nope. The important thing is that you two are getting along, I guess. As I stare at the almost sickeningly sweet display, I decide that taking a picture of the cake Azuki decorated would be a good idea. Well, for now, why don't we try baking some sponge cake? Sponge cake is the basis for everything, after all.
僕にはまだケーキ作りは早いから横で見学してるね。お姉ちゃん頑張って、僕の分まで。
うるせえな。そんな気軽もんじゃねえだろうな。
Coconut has become Azuki's biggest fan. I don't think she would have gotten this far if she hadn't tried to push herself. Though I find this Coconut absolutely adorable. I'm sure Azuki likes her better now as well. Anyway, I suppose it's time we got started. Mixing is a fundamental part of baking. It's a very important step.
混ぜる？そんなもん夏だってできるぞ、最近は。
お姉ちゃんに褒められちゃった。
I don't think that was much of a compliment. I guess what's most important is how you mix it, really. The taste can change depending on how you do things. Watch me. First, you crack the egg and separate the yolk. Next, add some heat, but be careful so that you don't overcook it. Then mix in the sugar and stir it quickly to make sure it doesn't clump up. When the yolk becomes smooth, you can start using the egg beater. What's wrong, Coconut?
いや、お兄ちゃんかっこいいなって。説明しながら手際よくパパパーってやっちゃって、すっごくかっこいい。
Shouldn't you have a hairnet on? It's not that hard, though.
すっごいかっこいいよ。僕惚れ直しちゃう。
I'm happy that you're enjoying watching me, but this really isn't that hard. But the fact that she's getting excited does make me a little happy. I wonder if Hazuki feels the same.
おめえはどこ見てんだよ。見学でもちゃんと集中しろ、集中。
そうだよね。よし、僕集中するよ。集中。
She stares intensely, watching my hands. Okay, I'm gonna go on to the next step now. When whipping it, you have to do it thoroughly until it becomes firm and fluffy. Whatever. Coconut did say she wasn't ready to make her own cake yet, and Izuki doesn't seem like she's going to say anything to her either. For now, I'll speed things up a bit for Izuki's sake. Next, we bake it in the oven. I'll show you how to check the temperature in a bit once we put it in the oven. Alright, now why don't you give it a shot, Izuki?
了解。ちょっとやってみっかな。
Izuki and I switch places.
じゃあまずは玉かすがやってかな。
She holds the egg in one hand and prepares to smash it. Ah, wait, hold on a sec.
あ、今の何かまずかったか？
No, that's not what I meant, just... Can I get behind you for a sec?
後ろ？
I step behind Izuki as if to hug her, and extend my arms in front of her. I put my hands atop Izuki's. You see, my hands are a lot bigger than yours. But you still don't have to try to break the egg with only one hand. This is your first time. We don't have to rush through things. Accuracy is what matters.
おう、なるほど。丁寧にな。
It's easy to crack an egg using a flat surface.
おう、それは知ってる。こうだよな。
Oh, just relax a bit more. We're not trying to smash it.
そうだな。確かに。リラックス。落ち着き私。
Yeah, just like that. If you stick both of your thumbs into the crack, you can pull it apart nicely.
両手の親指で開くみたいに。こうか？
With a satisfying crack, the contents of the egg plop into the bowl. Great! Nicely done. I knew you'd have no trouble with this, Suzuki.
別に褒められるようなことをしてねえし。 卵割った程度で褒められるとかガキじゃねえんだからよ。
Despite that, she's blushing happily. Normally, she'd be a lot more rebellious. But she's stuttering a lot and being strangely obedient today. Strangely honest, too.
お姉ちゃんどうしたの？なんかやたら顔真っ赤だけど。あ、もしかしてお兄ちゃんに褒めてもらって照れてるの？
照れてねえよ。何適当なこと言ってんだ。その箇所が張り付いてるからちょっと熱いだけだし。
珍しいね、お姉ちゃんが褒められて照れるなんて。普段なら当たり前だろ。私を誰だと思ってんだ？とか言っちゃうくせに。
Yeah, that sounds like her. Doing imitations must be one of Coconut's hidden talents. Or maybe she's just been around Azuki that much.
私だって時と場合によっては緊張くらいするわ。
Oh, really? I guess making cakes makes you pretty tense then, huh, Azuki? I always figured you were the kind to keep your cool no matter what you did, but I guess I was wrong. She had seemed so calm in that expensive restaurant. She always seemed so confident, too.
いやまあ別にケーキ作りで緊張してるわけじゃねえけど。
Well, if it's not the baking, then it must be something else here.
何にってそれは。
We're teasing Azuki. Gee.
あずにゃん、まるでご主人様がご主人様みたいだね。あずき、乙女猫の顔してた。ちげえし、乙女とかマジでちげえし。それならココナッツの方が歌唱にデレデレしてしマジだし、そういう勘違いやめてくださいますか。いやほんとマジで。
僕のご主人様はしぐれちゃんだけど、そのでもお兄ちゃん。
Oh no, not this again.
にゃー、ココちゃんもご主人様にメロメロにゃー。ご主人マジエロパティシエ。ほんと引っ掛けまくり。猫と見れば見境ないから困る。
Only if they're in the Minaduki family. Stop saying things like that. You'll give people the wrong idea. I pinch Vanilla's cheeks as she puffs them out.
でもみんなご主人様の恋猫になったら楽しそうですにゃー。他ならぬ姉上たちならば悪くないやん。はあ、ちょっとケーキ作らせたくらいで私を落とした気になってんじゃねえぞ。
違うよ。
お兄ちゃんはそもそもショコラとバニラの恋人だし。
それだそれ。妹たちの男寝取るほど飢えてねえし。
Cut it out, you guys. This discussion is over. Come on now.
にゃにゃ、別にアホなことなんて言ってにゃいですよ。私たちは一途だけど、そもそも猫の愛は自由気まま。そうそう、知らない猫ちゃんとかは嫌ですけど、みんなならいいよね。好きな人かける好きな猫イコール幸せがいっぱいにゃー。
Chocola, you have a different perspective.
ご主人ハーレム、ほんとエロスケ、好き者、猫たらし。
Welcome to harem animes. Alright, calm down. Pet.
ゴロゴロゴロゴロ。
Jeez, just what in the world are you two saying? Coconut and Ziggy, say something to them. You're their older sisters.
そうだな、姉としてな。ほらナツ、姉として説教してやれ。
そこで僕、お姉ちゃんの方がお姉ちゃんじゃない。
じゃあアズニャンとココちゃんはご主人様とラブラブするのは嫌にゃ？
いや、別に嫌ってわけじゃないけど。
嫌ってわけじゃねえけど。
You guys aren't very convincing. Though I'm not even sure how I'd respond to that question myself. Azuki and Coconut are both adorable. Each one has her own charms, but
にゃあ、やっぱりにゃ。ほらほら聞きましたか、ご主人様。猫は多彩でも気にしない。ちゃんと平等に愛してくれれば。だからちげえし。だから何度も言ってるけどちげえし。その、とにかくちげえし。そんなこと言っても尻尾は正直にゃ。それもちげえし。ほんと違うっつってんだろ。違うんだってば。
Shigure,
ここがドキドキしてる？
can you hear this chaos in here? Please come and save me.
胸触っちゃダメだってば。僕はシナモンじゃないんだから。
いいやないか、いいやないか。減るもんでもなしに。私もショコラも控えめだから憧れがないこともない。
こら、そんなわしづかみにしないの。バーニだってば。
I guess we're done for the day, huh? There's nothing I can do to stop them now. I put the sponge cake batter Azuki and I made into the refrigerator. We're going to start getting busier and busier, so get back to work, you guys. That's about the best I can do. I just surrender myself to the current. This is why you get taken advantage by cat girls, Kasho.
ネコパラ。ではご主人様、本当に好きなもの買っていいんですね。
Yep, we're celebrating your bell renewals after all. Why don't you and Vanilla both go pick out whatever you want?
ご主人様のプレゼントだ。やったー。さすがは私のご主人、粋な計らい。私は別に苦労してないけど。バニラ、準備 OK？ 完璧。お茶からポテチまで。これで何時間でも戦える。よーし、じゃあ行くよー。お買い物、お買い物。ショコラとネットショッピングデート、超ワクワク。じゃあまずは楽天市場からだね。ゴーゴー。ご主人のお買い物履歴からのおすすめ。お店もっとこうプライベーティーなすごいの楽しみにしてるのに。
Vanilla, you wouldn't buy that off of Amazon.
まあまあ、今日の本題は違うから。
What?
じゃあまずはどこから見る？宝石？でもショコラ、ビー玉と真珠の違いよくわかってないし。綺麗なら何でもいいんだよ。あとは愛が困ってればなおよし。ショコラはかわいそうなほどちょろい猫だね。でもそれもまたかわいいから何とも言えない。これ見てバニラ。大変。
Oh god.
マグロがあるよ。し
Oh
か
god.
も一匹丸ごと。
Oh god.
あー、丸々一匹で172万。
Oh god, that's a lot.
素敵だよショコラ。
Do you two intend to run me out of business?
大トロがどのくらいあるかくぐろう。多分食べ放題。じゃあまずはキープだね。比較リストに入れよう。
I said you could get whatever you wanted, but that's a little too expensive, don't you think? Seriously, do not order that. I will never forgive you if you do. I'm giving those merciless cat girls a warning. But they'd never dare order it, right?
合格祝いとは言っても散々追試を受けた上でのギリギリも良いところでしたけどね。まったくバニラは鼻歌混じりに合格したのにショコラは全然でしたからね。
It's chocolate, of course.
せめて鈴猫らしいところを見せてくれればマグロごとき私が買ってあげたのですが。
Oh, I see. A whole tuna, huh? My little sister must have several times more wealth than my store does. When did this younger sister of mine get so scary?
あ、でもそうしたらマグロ1匹が入る冷蔵庫も買わなくてはなりませんね。兄様のお願いでしたらばそちらも合わせて購入しても良いのですが。
We'll save that for next time, I think.
そうですね。あまり甘やかしすぎても良くないですし。
I suddenly feel like her plaything. I wouldn't know what I'd do with such a big refrigerator if she did end up buying me one. Though it's scary to think that she might actually buy it for me if I asked.
それはそうとして私が出てる間に小豆とココナッツが随分と兄様に懐いてるようですね。ショコラバニラだけでなく良い傾向です。
I've started to understand what you meant when you said that cat girls are always growing. I filled Sugar Ray in on what happened while she was gone.
兄様も本当に猫殺し、いえ女殺しですね。そんな兄様は誇らしくもありますが女としていえ妹として心配にもなります。
What the hell do you mean by lady killer?
まあそのあたりを考えてないのも兄様の魅力ですのでままならないものです。
She smiles knowingly as she lifts her teacup to her mouth. I'm just doing what any family member would do. No one's going to criticize me for that. As I ponder that thought, I take a sip from my own teacup.
ちなみに言っておきますが猫は
I wish the sound would quit cutting out. Nope, I'm not worried about that at all.
もちろん嫉妬はしますが人間とは違って独占欲というものはないようです。私も兄様ならば安心して猫たちをお嫁に出せるというものですし、
They are cats.
小豆やココナッツが兄様を主人と慕うならば喜ばしいことですし、兄様が私が育てた娘たちにメロメロになるのは何とも言えない満足感がありますし。
She sits across from me grinning while I get more and more confused. Until recently, I'd considered myself business partners with the cat girls, but after getting romantically involved with chocolate and vanilla, I don't know what to say anymore.
あー兄様のその複雑なお顔もまた妹心をそそります。慕っている兄様をいじめたくなる罪な妹心をお許しください。
Seriously, Shigure, calm the fuck down. Maybe you should open up like a cat person dating thing, matching site. I still don't know what to say to her, and I turn my head away in embarrassment.
マグロ1匹は高くてダメなら松坂牛1頭なんて全然無理だよ。松坂牛は500万円か。ちょっと足りないにゃん。これも解消のないご主人に惚れた恋猫の弱み。仕方ない。
I'm serious now. If you buy that, we'll go bankrupt. I give another strong warning to my two mischievous cat girls. I feel like this is just an exercise in futility.
では私もそろそろおいとまいたしますね。
See ya. Thanks for all your help.
いえいえ、兄様のお手伝いをさせていただけることが妹めの幸せにございますから。では、外にタクシーを待たせてありますので。
Text me when you make it home, okay? Even if you're taking a taxi home, I still worry.
兄様は本当にさらりとかっこよいですね。私も妹でなければ。
What do you mean?
いえ、何でもありませんよ。では、私はこれで失礼いたしますね。兄様、愛してますわ。おやすみなさい。
I'm not trying to be cool or anything. As I grumble, Shigure's taxi pulls out of sight.
ネコパラ。
お兄ちゃん見て見て、新しい仕事できるようになったんだよ。通信販売の注文から伝票書きまでバッチリ。褒めて褒めて。
Oh yeah, good job. You're really giving it your all, aren't you, Coconut? I pat Coconut, who's got a pleased look on her face.
ショコラが教えてくれたんだよ。ぐやぐやぐや。お兄ちゃんのなでなで気持ちいい。
She rubs her cheek across my chest. I guess a cat girl is a cat girl, even if she's huge. And like chocolate and vanilla, she has a very womanly figure. She's got a really ample bust and shapely butt, too. I've started really seeing her more as a woman, and she's quite attractive. Wait, no, stop that. No matter how you look at it, Coconut's just a naive kitten. Shigure might have been trying to push you in that direction yesterday, but that still doesn't mean you should start looking at her like that, Kasho. I scold myself internally.
お兄ちゃんどうしたの？
Nothing. What were you talking about?
なんか今すごく困った顔してたから。こういうの嫌だった。いや。
She looks up at me with eyes full of concern. Her face is so innocent. Guilt begins to tear at my heart. I take a deep breath to try to hide what I'm thinking from Coconut, and gently stroke her once more. There's no way I'd hate it when you're playful, you know? It's cute, but I was just a little embarrassed.
臭い？いつもと同じなのに？変なお兄ちゃんだにゃ。ゴロゴロ。
She rubs her whole body against me without even a hint of shame. This is just a cat girl's display of affection, right? It's how a cat girl shows her love. It's just how she shows her love. Yeah, keep making excuses, Kasho. She's soft and supple no matter where I touch. I try to drive away my impure thoughts by cautioning myself over and over again in my head, like I'm chanting a spell.
あ、ココちゃんがご主人様にスリスリしてる。ご主人様、ショコラもゴロゴロしてください。
うん。あ、じゃあショコラも一緒に。
わーい、ココちゃんも大好き。ゴロゴロゴロ。
Hey, don't just force me to pet you both now. Chocolate and Coconut coil around me.
むむむむむ。
ん？どうしたのショコラ？
ココちゃん、ちょっといい？
Chocolate entangles herself from me and latches onto Coconut. She squeezes Coconut several times, almost as though she's not quite sure what she's feeling.
ふむふむふむふむ。
どうしたのショコラ？僕どうかした？
ココちゃん、おっぱいふわふわ、めっちゃぽよぽよだよ。やばい、超気持ちいい。ふっかふかですにゃ。
Don't tell me you're gonna start kneading them.
そう。
バニラとはまるでボリューム感が違うというか、こうすっごくいい感
She
じで
is kneading them, isn't she?
はあ、それはありがとうなのかな。
Coconut watches in amazement as Chocolate bounces around in excitement, but gets more and more worn out with each hug. Well, it's not like I was thinking about their differences a minute ago. I guess I can understand how Chocolate feels.
むむむむむむむむむ。これはご主人様もエッチな顔しちゃうのも仕方ないにゃ。
はい？エッチな顔？
うん、エッチな顔。ご主人様がココちゃんにゴロゴロされてウハウハしてた。
Chocolate!
うはって。
She looks at me as her eyes widen and face turns bright red. No, I wasn't looking at you like that, okay? An awkward pause hangs in the air. Well, I guess she could argue that I was leering at her, but it's not like I was able to control myself, right? Kasho, that's no excuse. I guess I should say something. But thanks to these unexpected developments, I'm left speechless.
そうだよね。そんなわけないよね。僕なんか子供っぽくてそんな目で見れるわけないっていうか、お兄ちゃんから見たら手のかかるだけの猫っていうか、そういう魅力とは猫とすっぽんっていうかねえ。あくまで僕は猫で妹で色気もなくて頼りにならなくって自分で言ってて悲しくなってきたけど。
Why does she keep torturing herself like this? No, I didn't mean anything like that.
そんな意味じゃない。お兄ちゃんは僕のことその
I know, Coco is very nice.
エッチな目で見れるの？
Sure? I blurt out something I didn't mean to say while at a loss for words again. She looks up at me again, her eyes both troubled and happy. She stares at me as she plays with her fingers. No, I didn't make it to seem like I was looking at her that way. I was just trying to be careful so that it wouldn't look like I was. I mean, Coconut's is innocent, sincere, and certainly a little cat girl. But she has the figure of a pinup model. My eyes cloud over a bit. Coconut's face seems to have become extremely attractive. Before I realize it, I'm checking her out up and down.
ココちゃんはめっちゃエッチだよ。今みたいな顔、ショコラも何かこうムラムラするもん。ムラムラってね、ご主人様、ムラムラしますよね。
Don't say crude things like that. I clamp a hand over Chocolate's mouth before she can say any more. I take a deep breath and look at Coconut sternly. Why don't we just forget about this whole thing for now? Let's all focus back on task. We're still at work here. Coconut, if you know how to do the receipts for the online orders, would you mind taking care of the shipping addresses as well?
わかった。じゃあ僕伝票書いてくるね。ちょっと待ってて。
With an awkward none. I need Jesus. With an awkward nod, she runs out to the storefront. Now that I've noticed, I can't unsee it. Originally, I thought she was cute and friendly, but now that I'm aware of her body, it's all I can do to avert my eyes. And now both Shigure and Chocolate are trying to spur me on. What a headache. Obviously, I need Jesus if I can read nod as none. Chocolate? I look over the cat girl who has suddenly gone silent. You almost killed her, Kasho. Crap! Sorry, Chocolate! I didn't realize I had put my hand over your nose, too! Stay with me! Stay with me! Chocolate! I almost just ended my beloved companion's life.
本日のソレイユ閉店業務完了であります。みんなももう帰った。ちなみにショコラは上で着替えてる。
Alright, good work today. Thanks. I respond to Vanilla, who had popped her head into the kitchen, with a wave of my hand.
仕込み手伝うことある？あれば手伝う。
Nah, I don't have that much left to take care of. Thanks, though. You can go upstairs and watch TV if you
了
want.
解した。テレビでも見てることにする。でも、その前にご主人にお伺い。
What's up?
今日の後半、ココナツがやたらボケっとしてたんだけど、何かあった？
This afternoon?
具体的に言うと、通販伝票ミスりまくり。私がフォローしといたから問題はないけど。
I see.
何か心当たりが？
No, well, it wasn't really anything important. Oh, I definitely know what happened. I spewed out something stupid and had to keep my eyes off of her. She gazes inquisitively at me as if she has something to say. Does she know? Or maybe she just suspects something. Which one is it? Just what is Vanilla thinking? I have no idea!
ま、ご主人は猫地頃だからね。いろいろ仕方ない。
Vanilla, please.
何やらショコラもムラムラしてたし。ご主人の変態。
I don't understand how Chocolate being excited makes me a pervert. I really have no idea what she's trying to say. Well, this isn't different from her usual behavior, but come to think of it, you got a package, Vanilla. It's from Amazon. Is this what you ordered the other day when you two were celebrating? I'm just going to change the subject for now. That's one way to get out of things.
ご主人、私は休養を思い出した。失礼つかまつる。
She's going to interrogate Chocolate. What's this about all of a sudden? I watch Vanilla shoot upstairs at cat speed. There isn't anything for me to be guilty about, is there? I really don't want to hear anything more about what happened with Coconut this afternoon, though. I knew it. I can't get her out of my mind now. Coconut's sensual expression suddenly appears in my head. I keep thinking about how soft her body was. And now Shigura, Chocolate, and Vanilla are trying to egg me on. But I can't let them. If this keeps up, no. I'm mature enough to overcome this.
ご主人様、ご主人様、お仕事終わりましたか？終わりましたか？
As you can see, Chocolate, no, not yet.
なるほど、そうですか。終わってないのですか。
She doesn't sound very satisfied with that answer, and suddenly latches onto my
い
back.
つ終わりますか？どのくらいで終わりそうですか？
I don't think it'll take much longer. Why are you being so impatient? You're acting weird, you know. What's with this attitude from her? It seems way too subtle a tactic for Chocolate. She's normally much easier to understand than Vanilla.
変ってかですね。ショコラは欲求不満なのです。恋猫として困るのでどうにかしてほしいなって思うのです。
Her motive is pretty obvious. That's about what I expect from Chocolate. I'm not sure how to respond to
だっ
her.
てですよ。最近ご無沙汰ってやつだったじゃにゃいですか。それなのに昼間にムラムラしちゃってからずっとムラムラなんですにゅ。むしろ今までちゃんと我慢したんですにゅにゅ。
She is totally trying to seduce me. She meows sensibly as she wraps herself around me. Vanilla wasn't kidding when she said Chocolate was horny.
バニラは楽天市場から届いた動物 DVD に6時間は夢中ですし。
Oh god, did they order animal porn?
ご主人様。ご主人様とのチュー好きです。
Remember, this is the censored version. I don't have the uncensored DLC.
ご主人様、ショコラのムラムラ度伝わりましたかにゃ。
I can't play it on Twitch. That's illegal. As Chocolate and I exchange saliva, she looks up at me, narrowing her glistening eyes and smiles. Yes, it says no sexual stuff in the rules. I don't want to get banned. You're really naughty, Chocolate.
だって大好きなご主人様ですから当たり前にゃないですか。猫は素直なんですよ。気持ちも体もそのくらい知ってますよね。もう何度も何度もショコラとエッチしてるんですから。
What do you think this game is? Yeah, I know you better than anyone.
ご主人様に知り尽くされちゃってますにゃ。
That's the essence of the game! That's what visual novels are for!
じゃあもっとエッチなチューしたいです。
Pulling, 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 pulling. That's as much action as you're getting. And this is why you can buy it on Steam yourself. She wraps her arms around my neck. She sticks her tongue even deeper into my mouth and it stirs it around. We don't even care that our saliva is dribbling out from our lips. She gulps down my spit while making lewd sounds.
ご主人様の唾おいしいです。
I'm not big enough to get sponsored by anything. Oh, but I'm super excited to play the male version. I can't wait to play that next week. It's free, too. And there's 4 endings.
じゃあ次はもっと。
Cut to black.
あ、
Ah, shit, shimatta. Ah, shit.
お兄ちゃん、ショコラ。
Well, what do you expect, Coconut? You know we're in a companionship. Coconut's eyes widen as she holds the door open. She freezes the moment she sees Chocolate and me. Blech. Immediately realizing what she stumbled upon, she averts her eyes and her face turns bright red.
ごめんなさい。僕ちょっとお兄ちゃんとお話がしたくて、だから別に二人の邪魔をしようとしたわけじゃなくて。
She shuts her eyes and shakes her head apologetically. No, it's, our fault.
違うよ。悪いのは僕だから。恋人だもん。そういうことだって知らないわけじゃないし。僕何言ってるんだろう。ごめんなさい。僕帰るね。
Wait a sec. I grab Coconut's shoulder, preventing her from leaving. Sorry, I didn't mean to grab you so hard.
いや、今のは言いたかったわけじゃなくて、ちょっといきなりだったからびっくりしちゃっただけで。お兄ちゃん、手離して。
She's gone into heat. Oh, sorry. I quickly take my hand off of her. Just a hair away from me, Coconut's fiddling with her fingers in embarrassment. She looks up at me with a hurt expression.
お兄ちゃん。
I stopped her from leaving, but what do I do now? I know that making up some excuse about all this wouldn't make things any better, and I can't just brush it off or change the subject either. Time passes as we stare at each other in
ご
silence.
めんなさい。
Huh? What for?
何も言わずに逃げようとしちゃったから。だから、ごめんなさいって。
Her eyes wander about, as her voice trails off to a soft murmur. With her arms crossed tightly across her body, she continues to speak, her face totally flushed. Chakala, help me out here.
可愛くて無邪気なショコラがね、あんな顔であんなことしてたから、僕すっごく驚いちゃって。恋人なんだから当たり前のことなのに、僕の方がお姉ちゃんなのに、ああいうことしたことないから知らなくて。
A long, pained sigh escapes her lips. She looks at me pleadingly as she bites her lip.
心臓が死んじゃうかと思うくらいドキドキしちゃって、頭がカーッと熱くなって真っ白になっちゃって、足に力が入らなくなってしゃがみ込んじゃいそうになっちゃって、それでなんかわけわかんなくなっちゃって。お兄ちゃん、ごめんなさい。
I can see. Her heterochromatic eyes begin to fill with tears. Her slender fingers wrap around her arms, and she gazes up at me pitifully. She lets out another anguished sigh from her half-parted lips. She's so damn sexy. This isn't the usual energetic Coconut. This is a woman swept away by her desire. Her sweet voice sends shivers down my spine. I have the sudden irrepressible urge to embrace her.
ココちゃ
ショコラ。ショコラ、何？
ココちゃんこそどうしたの？そんな顔して。
そんな顔って別にいつも通りだけど。
嘘つき。すごーくエッチな顔してたよ。
エッチな顔って、そんなこと。
ねえ、ご主人様。ココちゃん、めちゃくちゃエロい顔してましたよね。
Yeah, she was. A super duper sexy face. I'm suddenly and completely aware of it. I agree without even thinking.
お兄ちゃんまでそんなこと。だって仕方ないじゃないか。ショコラのあんなエッチな顔見ちゃったんだから。
The words ooze out of her as she squeaks, as though she's finally admitting to something she wanted to keep hidden.
本当は自分でも分かってたんだね。ココちゃんもそんな顔してたんだよ。ってことは、さっきのショコラと同じくらいエッチな気分だったってことかにゃ。
She grins mischievously as she spouts her assumption, and she pokes Coconut's cheek with her fingertip.
それはお兄ちゃんが急に肩とか触るから。
にゃーって可愛い声出してた 主人様にエッチな目で見れるのって聞いた時からスイッチ入っちゃってたでしょ。やっぱりわかるよ、同じ猫だもん。あ、もしかしてココちゃん、ご主人様とエッチなことしたくて戻ってきてたり？
そんなこと。
Coconut scrunches up her face and bites her lip. And then she seems to give in. She lifts her head up just a little
お
bit.
兄ちゃんにエッチな目で見られてるのかもって思ったら嬉しかったから。
With a quiet, trembling voice, she confirms what Chocola had said. Coconut.
ですって、ご主人様。猫は最初の発情期が終わったら最初みたいにフラフラになったりすることはないですけど、でもスイッチが入っちゃったら我慢できなくなっちゃうんやよね。大好きなご主人様のエッチなところ見ちゃったらショコラだって我慢できなくなっちゃうもん。ね、ココちゃん。
Her mouth twists into an impish grin, and she deliberately licks her lips, making sure Coconut is watching.
お昼は返事聞けなかったけど、もう一回だけ聞いてもいい？
As she squeezes her eyes shut again, only her lips continue to move.
お兄ちゃんは僕のことエッチな目で見てくれる？お兄ちゃんが僕なんかとエッチしたいって思ってくれるなら。
Coconut trails off, and Chocolate interrupts her by taking her hand.
ご主人様、ココちゃんにここまで言わせていいのかにゃ。
With suggestive words and glances, Chocolate explains the situation to Coconut. At this point, I obviously have no avenue of retreat. I tried not to look at Coconut that way, but honestly, I can't help but think that you're extremely sexy.
お兄ちゃん、それって。
Yeah. Do you want to do Hervey stuff with me?
うん、お兄ちゃんとなら僕もエッチなことしたい。
じゃあエッチに関してはショコラの方がお姉ちゃんだからショコラに任せてね、ココちゃん。
The next day.
ねえ、お兄ちゃん。いいのかな？お兄ちゃんのことこんな独り占めしちゃって。
Just like before, Coconut is wearing one of my white dress shirts. She sits on the bed looking apologetic, and she plays with her hair. Chocolate and Vanilla are already asleep, so you're not doing anything wrong, Coconut.
うん、それはそうなんだけど。
When we went on up to the second floor later, Vanilla was long passed out in front of the TV. And when I took Vanilla to her bed to tuck her in, I found Chocolate already passed out in it. We couldn't very well fit 3 cat girls in one bed, so I'm letting Coconut stay in my room for now.
でもそのね、あんなにたくさんエッチして愛してもらった上にこんな風にお兄ちゃんのこと独り占めしちゃっていいのかなって。
But you might be able to find the uncensored versions on YouTube. I don't know how much luck, but maybe.
ショコラとバニラの方が先にお兄ちゃんの恋猫だったのに。
She mutters, playing with her hair nervously. Hey, I managed to find the first one's, like, X-rated scenes. And yeah, I wasn't too interested in that for $11 because the X-rated DLCs are $11 for each game, and I'm like, I'm not gonna buy that for each game. I might buy it for this game. I'm not lewd. I just explain what's going on. And Chocolate was really enthusiastic about the whole thing earlier, but I still get the sense that there might be some jealousy between them. Maybe this is just Coconut's way of showing her affection, though. Don't be silly. It doesn't matter who was with me first. Chocolate and Vanilla are already fast asleep anyway. You don't have to worry so much. Or do you not want to be near me?
そんなことはあるわけないけど。でも、僕の方がお姉ちゃんなのに。
But I am definitely not getting the DLC for Volume 3. Maple's nice and all, but I have no interest in Cinnamon. Cinnamon creeps me out.
お兄ちゃんのこと横取りしちゃったみたいで。
Coconut? I grab her by the shoulder and bring her close, interrupting her. I whisper softly into her ear as I stroke her head. Like I said, it doesn't matter who is with me first. To me, Chocolate, Vanilla, and you are all my beloved companions.
お兄ちゃん、ありがとう。そう言ってくれて本当に嬉しい。
And again, apparently we had sex in the kitchen again. Ugh. That's not sanitary.
僕、すっごく幸せな猫だ。世界一幸せな猫だよ。
Even the sister! The actual little sister! I know she is a route in one of the games. I don't know if it's... I think it's 4. I'm not sure. As if she's trying to keep that bliss from escaping, she presses her body against mine, and our lips meet.
僕もお兄ちゃんの恋猫だって思っててもいいの？僕のご主人様はしぐれちゃんだけど、それでもお兄ちゃんのこともご主人様って思っても。
I place my hand against the anxious Coconut's cheek. This time I respond by planting another kiss on Coconut's lips and patting her head. Isn't that a given? If you weren't my companion, I wouldn't be holding you like this right now. You don't even need to ask.
ありがとう。やっぱりお兄ちゃんはかっこいいな。
Coconut's smiling face moves closer to mine. I cradle her head, gently petting her.
じゃあ、ギュッてしながら一緒に寝てくれる？お兄ちゃんにギュッてしてもらってると、僕みたいに背の高い猫でも女の子だって思えるから嬉しいんだ。
Of course you are. I hug her again. She's the cutest cat girl! I have... Oh.
寝るまでなでなでしててくれる？
Come in, Chocolate! I spoke above you. Or not Chocolate, Coconut. Fuck! Too many companions!
あとその、チューもしてほしい。
Sure, sure. Whatever you want.
ありがとう、お兄ちゃん。大好き。
I can feel Coconut's natural warmth across from me as the moonlight gently illuminates the room. One, because they're cats, and two, because they literally, like, in the lore, they literally, like, humans and cat girls cannot actually have spawns. As the two of us drift off, we savor the lingering moments of the day. Now we gotta go after, Izuki. Collect all the cats. We shall become the cat lord. Crazy cat. Thank you, Shigure.
今日はとてもとても良い日にございます。良きかな良きかな。照れることないですよ、ココナッツ。
It's just Shigure being jealous.
兄様の寵愛をいただいたことは私の猫として誇るべきですよ。
そんな恥ずかしいからあんまり大声では。
Shigure beams as Coconut hides in the corner. I can only guess at what's going on here. Coconut flinches upon hearing my voice.
違うんだよ、お兄ちゃん。僕は何も言うつもりなんかなかったんだ。でもしぐれちゃんがずるくて。
そうですよ、兄様。ココナッツを責めないであげてくださいませ。
Hi, for a high schooler, you are very cunning.
ココナッツの口を割らせることなど子猫の手をひねるよりたやすいだけのこと。それに私もまだ幼いとはいえ女ですから。女の勘は殿方にはわからない機微があるのですよ。
And it's not like you're planning this from day one.
ごめんなさい、お兄ちゃん。しぐれちゃんにバーっていろいろと聞かれてうまく答えられなくて。
Yeah, if it was me, I don't think even I could have escaped her. Shigure's triumphant laughter reinforces that thought. She might be my little sister, but damn, can she be frightening.
でもしぐれちゃんだって僕のご主人様だよ。お兄ちゃんもそれでいいって言ってくれたし。
心は私に忠誠を誓っていても体は兄様を求めてしまう。そんなのもゾクゾクとこの心と体を焦がしてやまない。ありですわ、ココナッツ。まだまだ子猫と思っていたけれどやっぱり私の猫ですわね。
違うよ、なんかよくわかんないけど違う気がするよ、しぐれちゃん。
This isn't good. The tension between the two is unbearable. She might be my little sister, but damn, she can be absolutely frightening.
うえーす。今日もめんどくせえ労働の時間の始まりだな。ってあれ、どうかしたんですか、この空気。
No, go away, Cinnamon, please. I don't need this.
確かにしぐれがいつもより3割増しで高笑ってるわね。
And you all are wondering why Coconut didn't go home last night. Well, we'll talk about this later. I mutter, staring at Shigure's back as she continues to laugh maniacally.
しぐれちゃんとなっちゃんの様子を見てるとなんとなくお察ししますけどね。まあね、私には関係なさそうだし。
You figured it out? Wait, what? Seriously?
ショコラちゃんやバニラちゃんの例もありますし、ま、本人が幸せそうならいいんじゃないの。なんでもねえ、あずき。せやな。
Azuki is like, ooh, free real estate!
なんつうか、まあいいんじゃね。
If Coconut can do it, I can do it too!
そういう好いた惚れたは当人らの問題なわけだし、別に私らがどうこう口挟む問題じゃねえっつうか。何そのらしくないテンション。あずちゃんにいつものキレが全然ないよ。うるせえな。誰しもてめえらみてえに無神経じゃねえんだよ。あ、何その逆ギレ、意味わかんないんだけど。
She's jealous.
まあまあ、喧嘩しないの。早く着替えないと開店準備間に合わないよ。ね、あずさん。おう、し 着替えちまおうや。じゃあな歌唱、そんな感じでな。
Wait, don't leave me here.
ショコラバニラ、いつまでも寝てんじゃねえぞ。今日も楽しくねえ労働の時間なんだから起きろや。はい、おはようさん。着替えるから部屋借りるわよ。二人とも起きないと寝坊しちゃうよ。はあ、ご主人様。何この騒ぎ。私たち出遅れた感じ。
Hi. Get up, wash your faces, and go get changed, you two. It's almost time to open the bakery.
はーい、了解でお兄ちゃん、朝からなんかいろいろとごめんなさい。
It's nothing you need to apologize for, Coconut. I'll talk to the others about it when I can. I pat the dejected Coconut's head on her face as she flushes. Though I suppose everyone's probably figured it out by now. What Shigure mentioned before, a woman's intuition, is something I'm sure cat girls have as well. I mean, it's not like you've done something you should regret. They start picking on you, there's nothing wrong with fighting back, okay?
そうだね。ありがとうお兄ちゃん。僕もとっても幸せだったし、後悔なんてしてないから。
It was that smile that swept me up in the first place. I can't help but think that things turned out for the best.
さあさあ、水無月の絆がまた一つ強くなったところで、今日も張り切ってお店を開けましょうか。
Yeah, sounds good. Coconut, you get changed too. I'm counting on you today, okay?
はい、今日も精一杯頑張ります。
And with that, a new day begins. Oh
ご
god.
主人はほんとエロだね。
Vanilla, please, stop looking at me with that face.
私を動物 DVD に釘付けにしておいた隙をつくとはほんと作詞。
I blame Chocola. I blame Chocola, Vanilla. You were the one who decided to watch that DVD, Vanilla. I prepare the apple pie's crust, and then hand it over to Vanilla, who's making the lattice to go over the top.
私だけ仲間外れでエロいこととかちょっと気に入らない。
You'll get time with, when I have Azuki.
ぶっちゃけそういうことなら私も誘ってほしかった。
Vanilla, you're the real pervy pastry puffer here.
いやいや、私なんぞまだまだ見習いレベル。でもエロパティシエールの響きは割と嫌いじゃない。
Wait, you don't? We chat amongst ourselves as we work, and I confirm the amount of stock we have and transfer it into the refrigerator. Well, cat girls are pretty open about it, that sort of thing. But you and Chocolate aren't shy, that's for sure. It's definitely different for humans, though.
本来の猫にはそもそもが夫婦っていう概念はないでしょ。私たちみたいに家があってご主人がいて勉強した猫は基礎っぽく育つだけで嫉妬はしても排他的でなし。猫の愛は深い崇高ね、あずき。おお、まあな。そんなことより歌唱、アップルパイのあん作り終わったぞ。ここで冷ましとくから忘れんなよ。バニラ、その溶き卵こっちくれよ。重ね塗りしとくから。なんか今日のあずきやたら働き者だけど、朝からどうしたの一体。
Why are you looking at me, Vanilla? Well, don't ask me. She's been going all out since she got here today. She got a bit caught up in the commotion earlier, though.
ここにあるパイは重ね塗りしちまっていいんだよな。
Just a sec, Azuki.
なんだよ。おい、歌唱。
That's not the best angle to brush the pie from. You have to lay the brush flat on its side, like this. I take Azuki's hand from behind her. And still holding it, I move the egg-covered brush across the pie to show her how it's done. Just like that. You don't want to put too much on. Even a little bit of glaze will... Azuki, what's wrong?
別にどうもしてねえよ。ハケに負担がいかないようにだろ。
No, it has to go on the pie. I've never seen Azuki be this flustered before. There's no way that this is a coincidence. Seriously, Azuki, what's wrong? You've been acting strange all day.
だから別にどうもしてねえって。私は生まれた時からこんなんで。あずきのしっぽにぎにぎ。てめえバニラ、急に何しやがる。変な声出たろうが。ほほほほ、ついつい。あずきもなかなか可愛い声で泣きよる。まあそんなわけで私は表の方へ。
Vanilla! Vanilla, please! Is she gone?
ったく、バニラのやつはほんと何考えてるかわかんねえよな。
Yeah, no kidding.
とりあえず仕事しようぜ、仕事。次はなんだ？シュークリームのカスタードだっけか？
Oh god.
忙しい忙しい。
I'm not really sure of what's gotten into Azuki. Well, it doesn't seem like she wants to go into detail about it right now anyway. We do need to get to work though. The two of us remain silent as we work.
おい、カショ、カスタードこんなもんでいいか？
I turn to face her. Atop the counter is a bowl filled with our bakery's signature custard. It really doesn't take you long to get the hang of things, huh? I'm reminded of her skill yet again. It's only been a little while, but Azuki is now back to her usual self. Maybe she is right, and there really is nothing to worry about.
問題なさそうならこれ冷蔵庫に入れとくからな。ラップどこだ？
She peers under the counter in her search.
あったあった。じゃあこれで。やべ、カスタードが落ち。
Watch out! I catch the bowl before it hits the ground, but custard still splatters everywhere. Are you okay, Azuki? Did any get on you?
悪い箇所。私は全然大丈夫。
Some got on your face. Sorry. Looks like none got on your clothes, though. Good.
カショこそ手がカスタードまみれじゃねえか。悪い。私の不注意でせっかく作ったカスタードも。
Still covered in custard, she looks down dejectedly. Come on, don't look so sad. It's not like we need the custard right this moment anyway. Besides that, who cares? It's just custard. I'm more concerned about you.
いや、そんなことねえし。私の不注意だったから。
She blushes and looks away awkwardly. I mean, it really isn't that big of a deal. There's definitely something up with her today. She's being strangely reserved and way too modest. As I wonder, I lick some of the custard that remained on my hands off. Hey, this is delicious.
カショ？何を？
I just thought it'd be a waste if I didn't at least taste it. I never taught you how to make custard, but you still did such a stellar job on it.
そうか。別にそんな大したことじゃ。
She fidgets restlessly, pressing her fingertips together. She steals a quick glance at me. Seriously, what's with her today? It's almost as if she has something she wants to tell me, but... Do you want to try too, Azuki?
なんだって？
I just thought you might want to try some. It's really good. Here. I extend my custard-covered hand towards Azuki's face.
舐めたいって、それは箇所がそういうなら。
Though she's very hesitant, she nods in agreement. Oh, there's a spoon over there you could use.
箇所は
Huh? Her tiny hands grab hold of mine, and her quivering tongue shyly coils around my fingers. Zuki, wait, huh? And again the sound. Her petite tongue explores my fingers. Hi, Fraugo! Yes, no? It depends on which cat grill you like. We already went past, coconuts. As she laps up the custard from them. It's just cream custard, I swear.
これ口の中ゾクゾクしてわけわかんなくなってくる。
Azuki's feverish expression in this sensation is slimy and tingly. I feel the warmth of her tongue on my fingers. Damn, this is way too erotic. I find myself completely unable to move in this situation. She's gonna eat me. I think you got enough. I think you got it all. Get some of the stuff off of you.
指の根元の方も手のひらも甘い。
Her tongue crawls from my fingertips to my palm, then to the back of my hand. So absolutely gently. The slightly rough texture of her tongue feels amazing. An electrifying pulse shoots through my body.
多少の指細くて綺麗だなってずっと思ってた。
Vanilla, help me.
ケーキ作ってる時とかたまに撫でてくれる時とかこの手すごく好き。
My god. It's as if she was filleting fellow. I don't know how to say this word. My fingers. Her tongue wraps around them, and she slurps and sucks noisily. Yeah, please, fucking Azuki, stop. Azuki. A moan spills out of my mouth at this unexpectedly pleasurable sensation. Vanilla, help me. Okay, you snapped out of it.
その悪い。ついちょっとやりすぎたってか。
It's okay. It's nothing you should apologize for. I was just a little surprised.
予想外って自分から舐めろって言ってきといて。
I didn't want you to eat my hand! Huh? I didn't mean I wanted you to lick my fingers, just... I thought you would use a spoon or something to try it. I never thought you would lick it straight off my hand, Azuki.
ティースプーンだと。それって私が勘違いしたってことか。
Azuki, you should know by now. Kasho never gets into a relationship because he wants to. It's always because he's bullied into it.
ちょっと待って。
She turns her back to me and clings to the refrigerator. I guess even Azuki can make mistakes sometimes. She pounds against the refrigerator while muttering under her breath. You know? I mean, I don't really mind. We are a family, right?
今はその気遣いがいて。なんで私はあの時に冷静になれなかったんだ。くそ死ぬほどミスった。痛すぎる。
She flings her curses at the refrigerator as she leans against it. Well, I'll leave her be for now. I try to ignore the scene in front of me.
歌唱も歌唱だろ。あの流れであんな風に言われたら誰だって間違えるわ。忘れろよ。頼むから忘れてくれよ。いっそ殺せ。
You got cream on your face. Enough, Azuki. Go take a breather and calm down. It's not a big deal, Azuki, but you need to calm down a bit, alright? I give her some alone time. You're not gonna clean up the floor? Where the cream spilled?
Nekopara. Yoru?
Oh, sorry, Azuki. Did I wake you up?
すまねえ。ちょっとうとうとしてたら寝ちまって。今何時だ？もうだいぶ時間経っちまったよな。
Yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Just sleep. She jumps up to her feet, and I try to calm her down. It's 10 p.m. The cafe's closed, and everyone has already gone home. Relax.
22時って。
I went looking for you after you never came back from your break. Found you fast asleep in my bed, and you wouldn't wake up. I figured you must have been exhausted, so I just let you sleep. I had Vanilla change you into something a bit more comfortable, though. You didn't look too comfy sleeping in your uniform.
そういうことか。悪い。全然目が覚めなかったわ。
Hydrate time. She hides her face in her hand, and her shoulders droop as she sighs. Blech. Don't worry about it. It's not like it happens often. You're the eldest cat girl, so you're under a lot of stress having to look after everyone, right? Even you need a break sometimes. I've said it before, but you're always such a big help, Azuki. If you're not feeling well sometimes, just let me know, okay? We're buds, right? I sit down on the bed and ruffle Azuki's hair.
別にマジで調子が悪かったわけじゃなくて、寝不足だったのは確かにそうなんだけど。
Her words trail off before she can finish her sentence. Her lips are pursed together, as if she wants to tell me something, though. She squeezes the blanket tightly with her hands, but doesn't seem to cheer up at all. Worried, I gaze at her. Azuki, what's wrong?
歌唱がすげえ気遣ってくれるからよ。あんまり心配されるのもあれだし、 きり言っとく。
She nods and turns her bright red face toward me.
昨日の見ちまってよ。
Yesterday. Yesterday?
そのナッツとショコラとモニョモニョしてたやつ。
Yeah, that. Right. Now I get it. Things suddenly get a bit awkward and I instinctively avert my
いや
gaze.
別に覗くつもりだったんじゃなくてよ。ナッツのアホがずっとボケっとしてたから心配してて、後から店に戻ったら
I see. So it wasn't just Chakla who discovered us. Even if Azuki saw us. I guess we really weren't paying attention, huh? Well, the cat's out of the bag now.
まあそれでなんかずっと気恥ずかしくてよ。歌唱も優しい顔して、その男っつうか、普段はあんな顔見せねえじゃん。で、なんかそういうの意識しちまうと、そのいつもの感じで顔見れなくてよ。だから別に体調が悪いとかじゃねえんだ。
She blushes bright red as she looks straight at the ground, and her hands fiddle with the hem of the blanket. I'm sorry.
いや別に謝れとかそういうんじゃなくて、私の方が勝手に舞い上がってたっつうか、そのまあとにかくそれで調子狂ってただけで、全然心配されるようなことじゃねえから。
She crosses her arms tightly across her chest and lets out a sensual sigh. I always considered Azuki to be a cat girl who wasn't afraid to speak her mind or tell dirty jokes. I've never seen her look so embarrassed. It's actually a bit cute. And now I'm shamelessly checking her out.
まあそんなわけだからよ。私のことは気にしないでほっといてくれりゃいいかな。
Well, alright, if that's what you want. Our eyes meet awkwardly.
ご主人大丈夫？
Yeah, it's nothing big, Vanilla. Don't worry about it. What's Chocolate up
ショ
to?
コラは先にお風呂。今頃パンツ脱いでる頃だと思う。
I don't need to know that much, Vanilla.
まあショコラは昨日お楽しみだったから、今日は遠慮してもらう方向で。
Worn
まあ
out?
まあご主人は気になさらずに。それであずきは大丈夫？ああ、妹に心配されるようなことはねえよ。バニラも私の着替えとかしてもらったみたいですまねえな。いえいえ、その程度のこと。で、あずきは本当に大丈夫？だから別に大丈夫だって。
Azuki averts her gaze as Vanilla continues to interrogate her.
どうしたの？顔そらして。別になんでもねえけど。
I recognize that look. Vanilla's scheming something. She's grinning like a mad cat. Azuki looks a bit awkward too. What's going on? I observe the two cat girls before me as I try to figure it out.
じゃあもう大丈夫だから帰るわ。いろいろと手間かけさせてすまなかったな。じゃあそういうことで。ちょっと待った。
Vanilla grabs Azuki's hand and pulls her back.
なんだよ。だからもう大丈夫だって。あずき、本当はここにいたいんじゃないの？
Vanilla brings her face close to Azuki's, and almost immediately Azuki backs away from Vanilla. But Azuki can't escape Vanilla's iron claw.
本当はっ なんだよ。私は別に。
素直にならなきゃご主人に教えちゃうよ。
Azuki flinches upon hearing Vanilla's threat. What are you talking about, Vanilla?
ご主人はちょっと待ってて。ねえ、あずき。本当は帰りたくないんだよね。
With a sadistic smile, Vanilla wraps her arms around Azuki from behind.
何をバラすっつんだよ。
言わなきゃわからない？あずきの着替えしたの私だよ。
そんなこと言われても、私にどうしろっつんだよ。
Vanilla brings her face towards the shaken Azuki and presses her lips against the nape of her neck.
バニラ、やめ。
あずき、普段は生意気でも可愛い声出すね。首筋感じるの？
やめ。
She pecks at Azuki, her lips stick to Azuki's neck. Her dainty tongue crawls along Azuki's neck like a pink snake. And every time Vanilla's lips make contact, Azuki lets out a moan, though she desperately tries to stifle it. Wait, Vanilla, what are
ご
you...
主人は待っててって言ったでしょ。あずきの可愛い声でも聞いて待ってて。
何勝手なこと言って。
あずきってばすごく敏感。首筋だけでこれなら、乳首も一緒に触ったらもっと可愛い声出ちゃう？
バカ、何言ってんだ。そんなのやめろ。
Vanilla swiftly extends a hand towards Azuki's chest.
あずきの乳首コリコリになってるよ。やめろとか言ってなんでこんなに気持ちよくなっちゃってるの？
Vanilla!
そんなの、お前がこんなことするから。
嘘つきだね、あずきは。でもその素直じゃないギャップもまた萌え。それを素直にさせるのがまたたまらない。
だから何勝手なことばっか言って。そんな強く。
こっちも一緒にしてあげる。
本当にもうやめ。
はい、おしまい。
バニラ、なんで。あともう少しで。
Her breathing is ragged, and she glares at Vanilla with watery, bitter eyes.
乳首だけで行きそうになるなんて。あずきは本当に感度いいんだね。
Vanilla licks her lips. With a mocking grin, she looks Azuki in the
あず
eye.
きしてほしい？
Seeming to overflow with painful anticipation, she turns her longing gaze upon me. She gulps and shifts uneasily.
歌唱。ここまでされても素直になれない？あずきもエッチなことしたくてたまらないんでしょ？ここまでされてしたくないわけないだろ？私だって一応は女なんだから。興味はあるつうか。
She glances back and forth between me and the bed countless times, like she's searching for some kind of confirmation in my expression.
そんなんじゃしてもらえないよ。いいの？それともここまで来て私からご主人に教えてもいいの？わかったよ。言えばいいんだろ？
In contrast to her desperate demeanor, she turns her defeated and softened features toward me.
私ともエッチしてくれよ。歌唱。別に恋猫にしろとかめんどくせえことは言わねえから。こんな生殺しじゃ苦しくて。あずき、違うでしょ？そんなどうでもいいみたいな言い方じゃご主人はしてくれないよ。わかってるよ。ちゃんと言うから。待てよ。
She prods Vanilla's pouting face with a finger. Her bright red face wavers back and forth.
歌唱のことが好きなんだよ。愛とか恋とかよくわかんねえけど、多分ショコラもバニラもナッツも歌唱に抱いてもらって羨ましいってそう思ったんだよ。ちくしょう。
Azuki.
そんな驚くことじゃねえだろ。私だって一応女だって言ってんだからよ。あんだけ優しくされりゃそりゃその気にならないわけないだろ。
She struggles to get her words out in her quiet, longing voice, and she looks at me. This is not the usual, always determined Azuki. Before me is a girl I want to protect.
それなのに昨日あんなの見ちまったから、もうずっとエロいことばっか考えちまってて寝不足で。だからカスタード飲めるかって言われた時も勘違いしちまって、それからもっとおかしくなっちまって。
She looks at me on the verge of tears, and in her eyes I can see she's begging for forgiveness.
だから頼むよ。歌唱が好きで切ないんだよ。私も歌唱に抱いてほしいんだよ。
With bleary eyes and a cracking voice, she clings to my chest.
やっとあずきが素直になったね。だってご主人どうする？
She grins again, but there's no malice in it this time. And smiling sweetly, she turns to me. You're being very pushy today, aren't you?
このくらいしないとうちのお姉ちゃんは素直になってくれないもんで。
You're just as heavy-handed, though. I pat Vanilla's head, and gently place my hand on Azuki's cheek, draw her toward me. Sorry that I'm causing you so much pain, Azuki. If you didn't love me, you wouldn't have done those things. You're adorable, Azuki. I think you've got plenty of charm.
歌唱。
When she's got her guard down, when she's doing her best to help out around the shop, when she's just being her regular, unaffected big sister self, and when she's showing the cute side of her that I don't normally get to see. I'd never dared to say it in front of her, but I always thought she was quite charming. Sorry for making you say all that, and I'm happy you feel that way, Izuki. Can I hold you? My hands tingle as I touch her, and her eyes brighten as she smiles happily.
かっこつけやがって。女にここまで言わしといて聞いてんじゃねえよ。だからキス。
She looks up at me and closes her eyes. I slide my hand down her cheek and onto her shoulder.
歌唱。好きだ。
I love you too, Izuki. Izuki's petite lips and mine gently overlap with each other.
ったく情けねえ。
Oh, sorry, Izuki.
妹に気を使われる姉とかほんと情けねえよな。
Izuki looks away from me, annoyed. We change the sheets and mattress cover. In their place are clean, fluffy ones. I mean, you can't exactly stand up now, right? What can we do?
それだけじゃなくてよ。初めての後くらいご主人化してあげる末っ子のサービスにあり。なんて気の使い方されてそれに甘えちまってる長女がな。
Chokla got out of the bath, completely clueless of what had just happened. Nella convinced her to leave Izuki and I alone. Izuki's been like this ever since coming to her senses. I definitely overdid it too, though, so it's not like I'm one to talk. I'll have to make sure to thank Vanilla and Chokla again. My cat companions understand me more than I realize. Izuki, what we did earlier was really reckless, wasn't it? Are you okay?
ったく謝るくらいならやんじゃねえって話だよ。嫌な相手だったら張り倒してるし、そもそも髪一本触らせたりしねえし。私をそんな安い猫だと思うんじゃねえぞ。ったく。
Where the hell did the honest Izuki from before go? I guess she's back to being normal haughty Izuki again. Well, I guess this is just who you are. I pet Izuki as I smile wryly.
一回抱いたくらいで私を物にした気になんなよ。なんか勢いで抱かれちまったけど、たまたま、そうたまたまなんだからな。
She pouts as her face flushes. She sounds a bit dejected. It makes me a little sad that she can get this catty afterward. Even though she was calling me master only a little while ago. Well then. My bad. I'm really sorry. I'll never do that to you again, Izuki. Can you forgive me? I ask her, dead serious.
もう二度としないって。そんなこと言ってねえじゃねえかよ。そんな冷たい言い方されたら。
I can tell by her serious tone that even she is not so sure about it herself. I'm not sure how to respond. I decide to wait for her to continue.
ごめん。そういうつもりで言いたかったんじゃなくて。私は歌唱のこと好きっつうか、別にめんどくせえことが言いたいわけじゃなくて、私だって急に性格変えられねえんだから、そのくらいわかれよ。歌唱のバカ。
Tears well up in her eyes as she apologizes in her usual insincere fashion. She can be annoying sometimes, but that's one of the things that make her so cute. And the fact that she's a very caring person beneath it all makes her even more adorable. Her lack of confidence while putting on a strong face is cute too. I gently stroke Azuki's hair, as a chuckle wells up inside me. I understand. It's alright. Because I love you too, Azuki.
多少分かってるならいい。
A blissful smile creeps across her face, and she nods slightly in response. Now then, I get lonely sometimes, so I wouldn't mind if you came to sleep over every now and then. Hello, Ruska! Whenever you feel like it, every once in a while, or whatever. I give her this intentionally vague invitation. I gently rub her cheek.
そうだな。歌唱が寂しいって言うなら、たまに世話になるわ。
As she pushes her cheek into my palm, she lets out a faint laugh that I can barely hear even at this close distance. This tiny cat girl before me is truly adorable. I embrace her delicate body. Well, if we're going to be seeing more of each other every once in a while, I think you should sleep a little closer to me.
そうだな。せっかくだしな。たまには誰かに甘えさせてもらうのも悪くねえし。
Good night, Azuki.
ああ。おやすみ。歌唱。
In the moonlit room, I hug my childish little companion tightly. Azuki stirs slightly. She brings her lips to my ear.
まあ歌唱。
What's up?
好きだからな。ちゃんと。
Yeah, I feel the same.
わがまま聞いてくれてありがとな。
Her gentle purring resounds throughout the room as she presses her forehead up against my body. Shigure, you are getting too much of a kick out of this.
今日も今日とて驚愕の良い日にございますわ。 グッジョブ。グッジョブですよ、あずき。まさか9夏に続いてあずきともこうなるとは予想外でしたが、兄様も私の猫たちにすっかりメロメロではないですか。よきかなよきかな。おお、まあその長い猫背何があるかわかんねえってことで一つ。
Wait, cat girls live a long time in this? Shit. This whole situation feels like deja vu. I'm more concerned about my maniacally laughing sister than the deja vu, though.
兄様はお堅い方だと思ってはいましたが、情が移るともろいのですね。
Not just once, not just twice, but 4 times!
そんな情の深さもギャップも妹心にギュンギュン来てしまいますわ。
I guess? Sorry?
何をおっしゃいます。どこに謝ることなどございますか。あずきもココナツも兄様におかぼれしているからこそ。とはいえ確かに人ならば許されぬ道理も倫理も法もありますでしょう。
How does this man have enough energy to keep up with 4 cat girls? I will never understand.
しかしショコラもバニラもあずきもココナツも猫なのです。兄様は私の猫たちが求めるまま寵愛をくださっただけなのです。これを合法ハーレムと言わずして何と言いましょう。ああ、素敵 敵な家族愛にございます兄様。
No, I wasn't really trying for that, but...
さあ、もっと声を大にして叫びましょう。
違うよ、シグレ、違うよ。
こここそが兄様と私の猫パラダイスであると。Hey brother, let's say 猫パラダイス。
Why is it French here, but English? No, don't listen to me, Shigure. You're going to disturb the neighbors, so lower your voice a bit, okay?
今の決まっちまってるしぐれに何言っても無駄だぞ、多少。
わかってる。
こうなっちまった以上はもう腹くくるしかねえし。
Yeah, I guess. We watch Shigure's back, helpless. I can't believe something like this has happened 2 days in a row. Well, what did you expect, Kasho? I guess it just goes to show you. Never know what'll happen down the road. I stare off into the distance and tune out Shigure's insane laughter.
わかる。その気持ちよくわかるよ、お姉ちゃん。今お姉ちゃんの気持ちが一番わかるのは僕だもん。
まあ、せやな。んなこと言われても、なんて返事すりゃいいかわかんねえけど。
大丈夫、姉妹だもん。何も言わなくていいよ、お姉ちゃん。
まあ、だったらそれで。
She shakes Coconut's hand, a baffled expression on her face. I'm probably making an equally puzzled expression right now.
あずちゃんもなっちゃんも歌唱さんの恋猫になっちゃうなんて。
You're next, bitches!
ちょっと羨ましいですね、めいちゃん。
なんでそこで私に振るわけ？別に私は羨ましくなんてないわよ。そういうの興味ないし。
またまたそんなこと言っちゃって。めいちゃんだってお年頃の猫なんだから。そのお年頃の猫にゃんだから。そんなめいちゃんが普段クールぶってるめいちゃんがダメ。めいちゃんがそんなエッチなことにゃんて。シナモン、潤っちゃう。
あんたのそういうとこちょっと引くわ。
Seriously.
本気で。
ご主人様、おはようございます。何この盛大なお祭り。
I blame you, Vanilla.
もしかしてまた私たち乗り。
この祭りに乗り遅れるとは何事ですか。先輩猫としてもっと兄様を虜にする傍聴術とか教えてあげなさいな。
Really, it's just bullying him into a relationship.
傍聴術、私知ってる。なんかエッチなやつ。にゃはー。しぐれちゃんは朝からエッチだにゃー。
Alright, girls, wrap it up. We have work to do. Shigure just looks so baffled. She's like, wait, just do lewd things? Why didn't I think of that? For the second day in a row, I gaze out at the chaotic living room. If you were to say how this is how things usually are, you wouldn't be wrong. I mean, this is the second day in a row now. Even I didn't see something like this coming, but I smile wryly to myself, knowing that ultimately, I'm the root of the problem. Let's just get ready to open up the shop, okay? I need you guys to actually do your jobs now. I watch as they escape to the bakery floor.
お姉ちゃん、やっぱり同じ人を好きになるって姉妹だよね。なんか嬉しいよね。そんなところも一緒なんてさ。
いやまあ、そういうもんじゃねえと思うけど。そういうもんでもいいわ。で、ゴゴレッツ、あず ずき、兄様の寵愛はどのような感じだったのですか？そこのところはぜひ詳しく聞かせていただかないと。
そんなの恥ずかしくて言えないよ、しぐれちゃん。
I thought cat girls had no shame.
そんなの人に話すもんじゃねえし。てか私ももう何も言えねえからほっといてくれ。ああもうちくしょう、俺とも負けってこういうことか。ココナツのあずきもよきかなよきかな。その女の顔もたまらないものですよ。みんなで仲良しは嬉しいですにゃ。でもご主人様の生産力はショコラですよね。
私はショコラと同率1位で我慢してあげる。ご主人はほんとエロパティシエだからしゃあない。ほんとしゃあない。
Oh, well, I care about everyone very much, so...
困ってるご主人様かわいいにゃ。
私たちは猫なんだから、そんな浮気がバレたみたいに変わらなくていいのに。
ねえめいちゃん、ひょっとするとなんだけどね、このまま順番的に言うと、やっぱり次は私とめいちゃんになっちゃうのかな。
は？何よその順番って。私をそんな安っぽい猫みたいに言わないでくれる？
でもだよ、むしろみんな一緒もいいなって思わない？
バカ言ってんじゃないわよ。思うわけないでしょうが。私から惚れて都合のいい猫になるなんてまっぴらごめんだし。
Hey,
私もネットで得た知識ですが、いろいろと
Shigure, please!
そんなんいらねえから、もうほっといてくれよマジで。
でも僕ちょっとだけ興味あるかも。
でもだよめいちゃん。
だからしつこいっつーの。もう
ご主人様、ココラのこともゴロゴロなでなでしてくれなきゃ嫌ですよ。
私も忘れてもらったくなる。猫は割と寂しがり屋だったりもする。
Alright, there. Everyone is in good spirits as we prepare to open the cafe for the day. Things have been pretty busy up to this point. I'm sure things are only going to get more lively from here on out, too. Well, it is how it is, I guess. I mutter to myself as I'm surrounded by cute cat girls.
さあ、より水無月の絆も深まったところで、本日のソレイユ開店しますよ。はーい。
And once more, La Soleil, also known as Nekopara, opens for the day. Hooray! We completed it!
シュナイ猫のシュクレ。
Okay. Let us change over to chat. Close out of Nekopara. So that was fun. But the closer and closer I get to doing Cinnamon and Sugar's route, the closer and closer to hell I'm getting. Ugh. I just... Ugh. Sugar's cute. Yes. But incest, no. No. And then Cinnamon's just too lewd for me. Like, just, ugh. Like, there's points and times, I guess, for some people, but for me, nah. I don't need to hear all that stuff. But the great thing about succubi is they can also be male-shaped. Or, well, male-shaped isn't exactly the correct term. Well, succubi can have both dicks and cunts. We'll go with that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let me put on some background music, because I do feel like chatting for a little bit more. Definitely not feel like going to another game or anything, but chatting definitely. At least for a little bit. Although we gotta turn this down. There we go, that should be... What do you mean, no incubus? Incubus, succubi, they're the same thing. At least in some cultures. They literally are just the same thing. They change gender. That's why if I was a demon, I'd probably be an incubi. Or succubi. Whatever. Those types. Because, oh boy, being able to change gender freely? That'd be nice. It's not lewd. I'm only thinking about it from the gender perspective. I know how to survive as one? Well, yeah, I've read my demonology. I've studied it on that. I've watched anime. Tis not lewd, it is just research. Because I really did have a point of time where I researched a bunch of, like, demon lore and shit. You know, the whole, I didn't get very far into it. No, it was, what was that anime? It only had one season, but I really liked it. It was about a British boy who was, like, supposedly, like, the next king of hell or something. Oh gosh, what was it? They had the Twinings child in there. Like, literally, this child would grow up to be the person to make Twinings tea, which is entirely the very first reason I got into the show, because I love Twinings tea. I'm like, ooh, they're making history about Twinings tea. It's not real or anything, but hey. No, the main character is a blonde. Oh gosh, Devils and Realist. I think that's it. Let me check. Devils and Realist. Yeah, that's it. Devils and Realist. I got really into, like, researching that stuff around the time that the anime came out in 2013. I need to read the manga of it though, because it was really interesting. And like, there's one character I absolutely love, which is not going to be a surprise as to why I like them. I like Citri. But yeah, Citri has some dark past. Oh wait, where's that? There it is. I haven't read manhwas, but it's just because like, or have I read any manhwas? I think I've read like one or two, but I can't remember much of them. I did sort of read like the artist and everything. Like two of my favorite manga series, which are very short. They're written and drawn by Korean people, so I don't know if that's a manhwa or whatever thing, but March Story is one of them, and the other one, it is a BL, but it's called Crimson Spell, and my god, the plot in that was actually very fucking good. Because here comes the main character. He takes up a cursed sword in order to protect his kingdom, but the demon that lies within the sword possesses him at night. And so he goes on a search to find a wizard that could break the spell on him, the possession. And the wizard's just like, that demon just needs to let out some energy. You know what? I could use some of that magical energy. And then they go like Fate, the whole Fate series, exchange of mana. That was great. But then the plot is just so great. I love it. Because, oh no, is this character actually a bad character? But I thought they were a good guy. And I never got to finish it because they stopped doing it. Sad face. March Story had a lot of potential as a plot. And it's not a BL or anything. It's hetero. But it ended far too quickly. I guess the mangaka whatever ran out of cash or whatever. Like their editor said that they had to end the series, and like it's just really depressing. But I own the whole series, and it's only 5 books, and they're plus 18 books because of gore and nudity. Yeah. And then I don't actually own a lot of manga. I only own a few different series. I own Arina Tanomura is my favorite mangaka. So I've almost got I had the complete collection of Kamikaze Katyojini, but then a few of the volumes got water damaged when my house flooded back in high school. And so I lost volume 4 and 5, but recently I bought volume 4 in the same series run. So now all I'm missing is number 5. The other series of her that I'm slowly collecting is Full Moon wo Sagashite, which is the first series I fell in love with her. There's some questionable things within that series that now as I've grown up, I'm just like, I don't know about that. But I really did like it because, like, with Kamikaze Katyojini, it was very positive. Yes, they were high schoolers, but, you know, it was positive relationship, communication, and stuff. Fumo no Sakashite, I have issues. A 12-year difference between the main characters. But I liked it. I liked all the parts without that. That was good. Another series I own is Yona of the Dawn. I don't have all of the volumes yet, but I'm missing 18 to 23. So I've only got a few more to collect of that. And I need to actually finish reading that because I haven't read past volume 14. I wish they would make another season of Yona. It is so good. It is so good. If you want good character development, just, oh gosh, it's so good. It's like the bad guy isn't really the bad guy. They're just trying to do things their own way. And it's just, ugh. I need more Yona. I've actually cosplayed a character from Yona. And I need to redo it again because I wasn't quite happy with it. Yeah, a lot of things need new seasons. But at least Slime is getting it. Slime has new seasons. I'm actually rewatching that from the beginning with my roommate. So I'm probably at least like 5 episodes behind. Because I have started season 2, but I haven't like kept up with it. But yeah, eventually, me and my roommate, we will catch up to it. And I'm gonna be so happy about that. Oh, but Maid Dragon got a second season, and I'm super happy about that. Although the new character is a bit for me. Honestly, if they had just had daily life of Toru and Kobayashi, I'd be completely happy. Yes, Slime Diaries. I love Slime Diaries too. Am I caught up with that? I don't know. I think I'm maybe an episode or 2 behind Slime Diaries. But I love Slime Diaries. It was really strange for me how they changed Benimaru's voice actor. And like definitely the new art style was a bit strange for me. But absolutely, I do like it. But back to Drade Magen. Dragon Maid. I love Toru and Kobayashi. I cosplay Kobayashi. And yeah, with Slime Diaries, I love how chill it is, because I'm a slice of life sort of person. Natsume Eugene Cho, Silver Spoon, what are some other slice of lives? I like slice of lives. But yeah, the new designs did have to take a bit. But I really love the relationship between the Orc Lord and the little goblin girl. That's so cute. It's so supportive. He just wants to help everyone. He knows how it is. It's just, friends! Let's see. I also recently, caught up with, So What, I'm a Spider, and I love that. I love how that race is being the bad guys. It's so great. It's such, like, an upturn. And, like, like, the bad guys are actually the good guys. And the good guys are actually bad guys. I love it. It's great. I love series that like to turn up tables. What else? I really want to watch Devils and Realist again. Yeah, I'm sort of like that with Boku no Hero Academy. Like I started the manga, I got up to where they finished with the summer camp in the mountains, and that was around the time that the anime came out. So I started watching the anime, but then I lost interest because it's like, oh, I've already seen all this. And then I just lost interest in all of it because of how popular it all got. Because I tend to stay away from the really popular shows because fandoms really kill it for me. Because one of the because I was really into Voltron when it first came out. I was making fics for it and everything. And this was before, ages were released and everything. And, literally 2 hours after the ages were released, my fics just started getting, bullied and everything. I'm like, what the hell? And, so I find out that, oh, the creators did release the ages at a fucking convention that not everybody can go to. And so all of these mean-ass people were just storming AO3 and just bullying all these other creators. And it's just like, you know what? I'm done. I don't really, I was just having a good time. And these people come and attack me. I just came here for a good time, now I'm being attacked. But so yeah, I definitely fell out of Voltron for that. Even though it's one of my highest ranking series on my AO3. There was one series that got to like semi-popularity that I still really, really love, and that's Blood Blockade Battlefront, otherwise also known as Kekai Sensen, and I still fucking love that series so much. I need more. Ugh, I need so much more. Kekai Sensen is so good. I love it. I would love just like a daily life of Kekai Sensen, which would still be a shonen anime, considering all the shit that happens in Kekai Sensen. Ooh, yay, okay. That sounds like fun. Um, what's another thing? I've also picked up studying my Japanese again. Mostly because my school that I'm going to next month doesn't offer Japanese, so I've downloaded like Duolingo and I've started doing that. And you know, for my self-studies before, I'm pretty okay, but hopefully this will help a lot more too. Although, just from my knowledge of self-study from before and anime, they aren't like teaching the right things. Like, they're just like, oh, you want to go for being a tourist, okay, we'll teach you everything you know to be as a tourist. And I'm just like, no, I want to learn the language. So I don't know, maybe it's just because I'm still early on in their little courses, but but yeah, I definitely need to rewatch Devils and Realist, or watch some more Slime with my roommate before they go on vacation next week. If you didn't see on my Twitter, I have been working on my Vroid model. The hair's really stumping me, so yeah. I'm half tempted to just buy a booth version of like Vinty's hair from Genshin Impact, because it's not exact, but my hair is similar. But I do want to try it a bit more, try to learn a bit more. But like, I have hunted all of the free stuff of Vroid on Booth and everything, and nothing quite matches. And like, I've tried messing around with presets, and they just don't seem to flow correctly for me either. So I'm gonna give it a try with me just doing everything from scratch. But I mean, it's just the hair that's giving me some difficulties. I should be able to fix or push through that and figure it out. But if it does come to the point where I'm like giving up or something, I'll let you know. Oh wait, I need to end my recording since I'm just chatting right now.